Scriptures on Wisdom. James 1:5. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach, and it will be given to him. Proverbs 2:6. But the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Job 28:28. And to man he said, Behold, the fear of the Lord that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding. Colossians 2:2-3. That their hearts may be encouraged, being knit together in love, and attaining to all riches of the full assurance of understanding, to the knowledge of the mystery of God, both of the Father and of Christ, in whom are hidden all the treasures of wisdom and knowledge. Ecclesiastes 2:26. For God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy to a man who is good in his sight. But to the sinner he gives the work of gathering and collecting, that he may give to him who is good before God. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Proverbs 9:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. Psalm 111:10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all those who do his commandments. Proverbs 14:8. The wisdom of the prudent is to understand his way, but the folly of fools is deceit. Proverbs 15:33. The fear of the Lord is the instruction of wisdom, and before honor is humility. Proverbs 3:13-14. Happy is the man who finds wisdom, and the man who gains understanding. For her proceeds are better than the profits of silver, and her gain than fine gold. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom, and in all your getting get understanding. Proverbs 19:8. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul. He who gets understanding will find good. Proverbs 16:16. How much better to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding is to be chosen rather than silver. Proverbs 24:3-4. Through wisdom a house is built, and by understanding it is established. By knowledge the rooms are filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Proverbs 10:19. In the multitude of words sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise. Proverbs 12:8. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. Ecclesiastes 10:12. The words of a wise man's mouth are gracious, but the lips of a fool shall swallow him up. Proverbs 15:2. The tongue of the wise uses knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. Proverbs 18:4. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters. The wellspring of wisdom is a flowing brook. 1 Corinthians 1:25. Because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. 1 Corinthians 3:19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with God. For it is written, He catches the wise in their own craftiness. James 3:17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. James 3:17. But the wisdom that is from above is first pure, then peaceable, gentle, willing to yield, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. Proverbs 28:26. He who trusts in his own heart is a fool, but whoever walks wisely will be delivered. Isaiah 55:8-9. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, says the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. Proverbs 11:14. Where there is no counsel, the people fall, but in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Proverbs 13:10. By pride comes nothing but strife, but with the well-advised is wisdom. Ecclesiastes 7:12. For wisdom is a defense as money is a defense, but the excellence of knowledge is that wisdom gives life to those who have it. Luke 14:28. For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? Proverbs 20:18. Plans are established by counsel. By wise counsel, wage war. Proverbs 11:2. When pride comes, then comes shame, but with the humble is wisdom. Proverbs 15:31-32. The ear that hears the rebuke of life will abide among the wise. He who disdains instruction despises his own soul, but he who heeds rebuke gets understanding. Proverbs 17:27. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of a calm spirit. Philippians 2:3. Let nothing be done through selfish ambition or conceit, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem others better than himself. Psalm 90:12. So teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whoever hears these sayings of mine and does them, I will liken him to a wise man who built his house on the rock. Psalm 37:30. The mouth of the righteous speaks wisdom, and his tongue talks of justice. Ephesians 5:15-16. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Colossians 4:5-6. Walk in wisdom toward those who are outside, redeeming the time. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer each one. Daniel 2:21. And he changes the times and the seasons. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and knowledge to those who have understanding.